What can we learn from the Super Bowl regarding how to better market your business? Stay tuned.
Welcome to the WorkHARDAholic Show with your host, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford, author, speaker, and small business consultant for over 20 years, helping you to work hard, play harder, and business better.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to the WorkHARDaholic Shows with your favorite WorkHARDaholic, the original WorkHARDaholic, Shirley Crawford. All right, so today I really want to talk to you all about how to make your business stand out above all the noise. Of course, if you are, if you make mics or if you make t-shirts or you're a consultant or you do nails, whatever it is, there are, of course, tons of other people who do the same thing. So how do you stand out? How do you make a difference? How do you let people know that, hey, I'm here, I'm amazing, use my business? Well, of course, this past weekend, or I'm not sure when you're seeing this, but very recently, we had the Super Bowl. I don't know what number it is. And here's the thing that's amazing. For those of you who don't know, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan. Since I was a child, when Tony Dorsett, who was the Heisman Trophy winner of that year, was recruited and became a Cowboy, I became a proud Cowboys fan. And so this year for the Super Bowl, I really wasn't interested. I look at, I really know next to nothing about the 49ers, next to nothing about the Chiefs. I watched some clip on something. God bless YouTube. I was able to watch some little clip about the teams or why I should care, but I really didn't. But here's the thing. I still tuned in, kind of. So I turned on the Super Bowl, turned the volume all the way down so that I could catch the commercials and in part hope to get to see a little bit of the halftime show. So that's a very large time commitment from my television that I'm going to actually have it on. And it was more than just the fear of missing out, but that is part of it, right? So when we're talking about how do you get people to tune in, to become engaged, people even like me who could care less about the game, like I had to ask Christina who won the game. I had no idea. No idea whatsoever. Didn't make it that far, didn't watch it, don't know. But still, it's still the event. It's the event like the Grammys were the event, a few weeks ago. This is the thing for your business. Are you able to create the event? What about your business can you package such that people might not care about this going on or that going on, but they want to tune in for your halftime show? There's something special that you have going on. And so, especially for nonprofit organizations who are looking to raise money and a sea of people who are raising money, can you imagine considering that for nonprofits, there are certain times of year that everyone is fundraising, right? We have Giving Tuesday, and then lots and lots of nonprofits are trying to get your dollars from you at the end of the year because they realize that you too are realizing, hey, I'm about to get hit by Uncle Sam. Where can I dump my funds so that I can get a tax credit? Okay, yeah, I'm sure your hearts are good too. But really, at the end of the year, we know where to look. But can you imagine with all of this buzz from every nonprofit organization sending you a message going, give it to us. We're wonderful. We made you cry. This is what we do. That's when you want to know and how something like an event can make a big deal, a big change. So I think about even the events that are held here in Richmond, right? There are balls and galas and duck races and concerts and events. When you can create an event that people identify with, that rubbery chicken that you're serving doesn't become the issue. The issue is who's there, who sees that I'm there. I'm getting credit for being a good human being and having a blast all at the same time. So what you want to think about for your business, how do you create that event? I think about Ashley Jefferson at Very Ashley. So I think at one point she was on and we talked a little bit about events. And so as a tool that you can utilize. And I think about the fact that when I'm seeing her, she's constantly on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and she's doing a live. She's connecting you in. And then she talks about all kinds of like human social things that are going on that people are concerned with that I never think about. I don't even know you have these people. And then she hosts fashion shows within her store. She has other events. These are the things that tie people into you, right? And so when we talk about an event, more than likely you are renting out a space. It could be your space. If you have a retail space, that's where you want to have it. But if you're some other type of organization and you have an event, you have something going on, most of the time, like I went to an event yesterday, day before yesterday, after hours at the VMFA, and the food was horrible. Absolutely, like no flavor, it was terrible. But people paid $50 to come into the museum after hours to see the events that they could have seen for less if they had just bought a ticket any other day. But it's an event. It's an activity, and they promote it as such, right? So they had the Africana Film Festival at the bottom. You could see the special exhibit that was in residence. You could see Kelly Lemon, who was emceeing. They had DJ Lonnie B. They had, and people are all dressed up and the whole night. And really, it's an average thing. It's not that special, but they promote it. And so those who are there look forward to it. They network, they engage. The pieces separately aren't that amazing, but together they've now created this event that's been going on for years now, and that people pay $50 or more to attend and be a part of. So for your business, consider what's the type of event that you could be doing, right? How do you create your own halftime show? How do you make people tune in even when they don't care about the rest of it? And that is how you're going to stand out above the noise. You're going to be more well-known than everyone else around you, even if you're doing the exact same thing. And that's exactly how you're going to be the one to know in 2024. All right, we're going to have this commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Life can be a struggle. Find hope, healing, and answers at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place to encounter God through uplifting worship, singing, prayer, the preach word, and fellowship. One step can change your life. One step could shift your destiny. There has never been a better time to take that step than now. Come be our guest every Sunday at 10 a.m. at the Abundant Life Church of Christ, a place where you belong.
Listen, attorney Alex Taylor is a soldier in a suit, defending anyone with criminal charges, DUIs, and more. Call Alex Taylor, your soldier in a suit, at 804-500-5000.
I'm Alex Taylor. Don't face your criminal charges alone. Put a former prosecutor with 30 years of experience on your side. Let me show you how a soldier fights for your freedom.
Call 804-500-5000 or go to alextaylorlaw.com. During these challenging times, Richmond Dentistry for Children wants to remind you that we've been here for you and your children for over 25 years. Your child's body is their temple, and their teeth are the doorway to good health. We provide compassionate pediatric dental care Monday through Friday. Call 804-780-2888 for your appointment, or come to our office at 300 West Broad Street. RichmondDentistryForChildren.com, serving Central Virginia. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Wouldn't it be convenient and safe to communicate with your dentist, pediatrician, medical doctor, or mental health professional anywhere you are without actually traveling to our medical centers?
Well, you can with a televisit at your local Capital Area Health Network. Call us at 780-0840 or go to cahealthnet.org. Find out how a televisit may be your best option. We are the Capital Area Health Network, the heart of the community.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family.
Welcome back, and thank you again to those people who make this show possible. All right, so we're on a theme right now. We're on a theme about the things that you can be doing in your business so that you can stand out. So there are certain things that when I say them to you, you think about, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So when I say cookies, what organization automatically comes to mind? Who's knocking on your door? Who's harassing you? Who at your office is coming around with that little sheet? And do you know what's crazy about it? Most of us are excited about it. Like, oh my God, it's Girl Scout cookie time. I had a conversation with someone else because I have a budget for the cookies each year. I don't even eat them really anymore. I mean, they're still great. The packaging has gotten a lot smaller, like many other things, but it's what they're known for, right? They are showcasing specific products, and we all identify with that. The Girl Scouts are not about the cookies. They're about the sisterhood of young ladies and getting the patches and the skills and the experiences and becoming leaders. But we all know them not by the talent show that they offer, not by the pledge or the work they do in the community or all the patches that they get. We know them for their cookies. For Boy Scouts, they have their popcorn, right? There are certain things that we just identify with certain organizations. For your business, what can we identify with you? So like right now at the Women's Business Center, we are really pushing and focusing on the toolkit. So before that, the thing that we focused on was the fact that we offer one free consultation. It's what we shared everywhere. It's not that pays us anything. We don't get any, it's free, Free, gratis. We get no money from putting on or doing a lot of the events that we're doing or from doing the free consultation. But people become ambassadors of the center. I get calls all the time going, so-and-so told me to give you a call because you're doing the free consultation. Or I heard about it in the Henrico Citizen, or I saw it on the news, or I heard about it over here. And so it keeps our name in front of people. And then in turn, they come in to get the free consultation, and we're amazing at it. We give good quality consultations, and we're really honest about the fact that you really need us or you don't. Like a lot of times I'm like, I recommend that you go study this, research this, do this, and then maybe come back and see me in a year. Now, that's not what everyone else does, but that's another thing that we're known for, our character, our integrity, our honesty, our knowledge, right? So we're out here doing what we're telling you about. What do people know you by? I hope it's a good thing. I hope it's not that they know you by your bad customer service or your evil people who work there or how slow you are or the fact that whenever they come over, you're closed and no one knows why. You have to think about what will people know you for, what will people know you by, and that's what you want to elevate, right? You want to level up in the thing that you do best. So once again, I know before we've talked about good customer service. And we talk about it a lot because it's super important. I have told you before, I'll tell you again, I will not go to certain places. I have decided to stop saying them by name, but it's still true. There are certain places that I haven't been to in 20 years. 10 years, and I'm not going back. All because of, how can I say it politely, really bad customer service experiences. If that's what you're going to be known for, then you know what you can expect. Now, admittedly, I will say, there is a restaurant in New York City, and people go there specifically for people to be rude to them. It's what they're known for. They promote it, they sell it, it's what they're all about. Now, if that's you, good luck to you. But if not, then you want to make sure that people are knowing you for the right things. So the first thing is you have to determine who your audience is, determine how your product or service aligns with your audience, and what's the message, what's the mission, what's the vision of your business or organization. What do you want to be known for? A lot of times we wait for others to tell us who we are, as opposed to declaring, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is how I do it. Is that Montel Jordan? I'm not going to break out in song. But you have to know your imaging, know your messaging, know who you are, and then make sure that everything else lines up with that. We're not waiting for the latest news report or Yelp review or whatever to tell us who we're supposed to be. If you really want to stand out, then you have to stand up for who you are and what you believe. So if you're all about being a luxury brand, then everything about you should scream luxury. So on that note, I was thinking about the fact that we're getting ready again for our Diva Mastermind Retreat. It's in October. I say we're getting ready for it because we're preparing, but it's not until October. And I have gotten so much feedback from people who weren't even there about pictures they saw, things they heard. And so amazingly enough, I had a long conversation with someone about the swag bag that people received. And they were like, oh my God, I saw someone's bag and the bag was such a high quality. And they said what was in it and they talked about this and they talked about that. And so it's because this is supposed to be a luxury event. So everything about it is supposed to be just that. So make sure that your actual product, your actual service, your actual customer service, your actual packaging matches with who you say you are, what you say your product is, and who you say you want to be. All right. So once again, we're continuing with these tips and tricks to help you and your business stand out above the noise right after this commercial break.
All right, now it's time for fashion and entrepreneurship with Ashley Jefferson.
Today's episode is a lifeline for entrepreneurs navigating the tricky waters of funding. We understand that getting business credit isn't always a smooth journey, but fear not, because we're diving into alternative ways to secure funding for your business. First up, you must have your business set up properly. This means you need to have an EIN number. Also, have a business banking account. Make sure that you are actually doing transactions in that account. What I mean by that, the money that you're making from your sales need to go into that account, and any expenses need to come out of that account. Have your business banking account balanced, or have a bookkeeper keep track of all those transactions and create a profit and loss. You can do this kind of through QuickBooks, but if QuickBooks doesn't work well for you, consider using another company like Wave Apps. I find that that's a little bit more easy to understand, especially for organizations that are making less than $100,000 a year. Now it's time to take all of that information up together and to start finding some funding. And this is not credit. This is just other funding to help you with your business. First up on our funding adventure is the art of bootstrapping, relying on your own resources to finance your business. Bootstrapping might mean dipping into personal savings, leveraging your existing assets, or even taking on a side hustle to fund your business dreams. While it requires sacrifice and discipline, many successful entrepreneurs have started this way. But here's the thing, your business is going to succeed. It's going to succeed. So what you want to do is keep track of each and every dollar that you placed in your business, because very soon you're going to want to get all that money back out of that business. So it's like putting in an investment. You want to get a return on that investment, or you want to give your own business a loan. You want to get paid back. So don't just throw money in there without having a record. You need to have a record of each and every dollar that you spend or you invest in your business. Next thing, consider hiring angel investors or contacting angel investors. If bootstrapping feels a little too close to the bone and you just can't pull that together, consider the allure of angel investors. And these are individuals who provide financial support to startups in exchange for equity. Angel investors often bring more than just funds. They also offer valuable expertise, mentorship, and connections. But it's crucial to find an investor who aligns with your vision and your values. Next on our list is crowdfunding. Personally, crowdfunding is something that I have done, and I use it via kiva.org. So websites like Kiva and others allow you to pitch your business idea to a broad audience, and in return, backers support your project with small contributions. It's a fantastic way to validate your concept and build a community around your brand. Another thing is grants and competitions. If you're feeling competitive, grants and business competitions could be your ticket to funding success. One great way to get access to grants is Skip Funding. Skip Funding. You can find that app right there on your phone. Many organizations and government bodies offer grants and host competitions to support small businesses and businesses that aren't small, but they are very innovative. Do some research and polish your pitch and seize the opportunity to showcase your business for a chance to win not just funds, but also visibility. Now, not all grants are competitions. Some of them you just need to apply. Make sure you follow all of the directions when you do that. Another one, venture capitalists are great, but I want you to consider some of your local nonprofits. If you're in Virginia, Bridging Virginia does offer an excellent loan program with phenomenal terms. For those with high growth aspirations who can't normally get a loan a traditional way, you may want to go with a nonprofit similar to a Bridging Virginia. And they will provide you with excellent loans. They can walk you through the process of how to get a loan. If you don't have the proper paperwork or you don't have your proper business set up, they can actually walk you through that process as well so that you can set yourself up for when you do get approved for that loan, you can also get approved for other loans down the line. The Metropolitan Business League also has the Capital Access Program that does a very similar thing for small businesses. So these are great ways for you to try to get your very, very first business loan. While this path, for those with high growth aspirations, venture capitalists can be great. They also invest significant sums of money in exchange for equity of your business. That's great, but I like the nonprofit route because they're not usually asking for equity. They're really there just to help you. But venture capitalists can bring some substantial funding, well into the millions if you so qualify. And it often comes with giving up a portion of your ownership to and increase scrutiny. So be careful with that, but it can work for some, especially if you're in the tech space. As we wrap up today's journey to alternative funding, remember that the path to securing funding is as unique as your business itself. Explore these options, mix and match based on your needs, and always keep the bigger picture in mind. Funding is not just about the money, it's about building a sustainable and successful business. And also remember, if you take a loan, you must pay it back. I am Ashley Jefferson of VA Style Mag, here today to discuss fashion and entrepreneurship on WorkHARDaholic.
Are you only identified as mommy, as the employee, as the worker bee? You know what? It's time for you to be identified as you. There is more to you than your function for others. Come discover it at the Diva Mastermind Retreat. That stands for doing it very authoritatively. It's time for you to find your voice, find your place, and make your mark. Join us October 7th through 11th this year in 2024 in Outer Banks, North Carolina, where we'll help you with mastermind moments. We'll help you with seminars, sessions, and the camaraderie of other boss ladies just like you. Don't forget to join us for the fun. Visit Diva Mastermind at groovepages.com to get your ticket today. Only 3 spots left. We'll see you then. Got a question about your small business? Trying to figure out what to do to start a business? Are you a C-suite executive trying to figure out some leadership tools and resources that you need? Well, we've got answers for you. Submit your questions, concerns, thoughts to admin@workhardaholics.com. That's WorkHARDaholics.com. And you might hear your question, or at least the answer to it, on our next episode. Welcome back. Okay. All right. So we've been talking about things that you can do to help your business stand out above the noise. I mentioned about the Super Bowl that just happened and how even though I wasn't watching the game, really didn't care much about it at all, because my team was sitting at home the same way that I was. But still, I know that I can go to YouTube and watch all the commercials that happened. I can go to YouTube and watch the Usher show that occurred. And so even though I didn't care about the game, there were still parts of it that drew me in, that were of interest to me, that I wanted to know. And so for your business, we're talking about ways that you can create that same type of FOMO, fear of missing out, that same type of like interest, even when they're not really interested in what's at the heart of it. They're still tuning into you. They're still listening to you. They're still trying to figure out what you're putting out. They still want to know. So I've talked about 2 other tips. The last couple that I want to talk about are things that you can be doing to maintain and sustain people's interest. And one of those 2 is it's really great to answer popular FAQs. FAQs are frequently asked questions. So I think about like the businesses that I run. So when it comes to Second Chance Consulting or the Women's Business Center or Collaboration or the Diva Mastermind Retreat, I do a bunch of stuff.
or even for the show, if you can answer people's questions that are in, not just about your business, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. They will answer questions about how to make an appointment with me, what you can expect from them, which is good. It's actually great. Making little mini videos, like a minute, that answer some of these FAQs is actually the next level of it. So yes, you want to start off with letting them know more about you. Letting them know more about the business, how to do business with you, what they can expect. That's great. That's wonderful. That's marvelous. But that only takes you so far. The next step is to be able to really answer questions about your product or service and the industry around it. So I am a small business consultant, have been for 25 plus years. Yes, under the green, there's a lot of gray, right? And so with that in mind, people don't always necessarily want to know what Second Chance does or about the Women's Business Center, but they might have questions about how to do a business plan, or ROI, return on investment, or P&Ls, your profit and loss statement, or how to market, or there are lots of business related questions that people have. And so I cement myself as a subject matter expert because I am. This is my area. I know this backwards and forward, and I'm constantly learning more to stay on top of my game. So I can answer all kinds of FAQs about things related to business. And so we do that a lot in the show. So sometimes the things that I'm answering are questions that either you all have submitted or asked me when you saw me on the street. They are questions that I'm frequently asked. And so I make sure to answer them for you. And so that's another way to tie people into you. Because the reason that I'm hoping that you're watching this show or listening to this show is because you know you can get good quality information about being an entrepreneur, about the life of an entrepreneur, how to sustain, how to succeed, or as a leader, tools, tips, techniques to be a better leader in your corporation, in your organization, in your community. And so you know that you can come back here and get those types of things answered, right? People love that. And the more that you tie them in, then there are lots of places you can go to get the same answer. All right. I love YouTube University, as it's called. I love the fact that I can Google it and look it up. But I also know that for every person out there who is valid and qualified, like I am, there's somebody who just decided they wanted to be a consultant last night and has no information and is leading you astray. So then when you can cement yourself as the subject matter expert, then people will then turn to your brand for that question instead of the 50 billion gazillion others who are out there answering the same question. And on that note, the other part of standing out above the noise beyond answering the popular FAQs, it's developing your business brand. So for those of you who have read my book, The One Whose Name, I never remember the name of my books. I have to work on my own branding. I have to do better. I have to. The ABCs of social media marketing, I believe it is. I've written a few, but one of the things that I say in the book is I talk about how you have to separate your personal brand from your business brand. And there's a reason for that, right? So for those of you who look at me and say, oh, she's so solid, she has her information, but I get goofy. I do. It's random. And it's like really, 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 really random. And so if there's anything about me personally that might throw you off professionally, then I keep them separate. I'm not lying. I'm not pretending. I'm still the same person. But if I'm at the office, there's certain things I don't talk about. So I don't bring that into my conversation and my social media, and anything that deals with my business brand, I keep separate. If you want more about that, I will remember the name of the book and make sure I post it for you to know how to separate that. So you have to figure out what exactly is your business brand, what's your business voice, what are the jokes that your business would tell? And one of the ways that I always say, if you would say this at the office, it's perfectly acceptable for you to say it in your newsletter and social media. It's perfectly acceptable because people want to get to know you as well as your brand, all right? But there's certain things that don't pertain to them. So you need to make sure you're keeping everything in the right box, in the right container, and that you're lining things up. And so if you utilize these tips, I promise you, you're going to be seen and heard above the noise. So, as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring.
Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. 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 Thanks for tuning in to WorkHARDaholics. Support our show by following on YouTube and all major social media platforms at WorkHARDaholic. Until next week, happy entrepreneuring.